Always complacency. You know, I even heard Coach Saban talk about that complacency. So the biggest thing is it's tough, man. You know, when you had a young team, they all grow real fast. Start out 0-5 and then turn around and win the conference championship at the latter part of the season and go through and actually grow. And these guys grown. They're grown to be champions, and you know, having a great deal of guys returning. So now all of a sudden, you know, where we go from here, you know, we start all over. That's what we're talking about.
How many players are still on this team that were on that team last year?
Just about the whole football team. We only had maybe 8, 9 seniors at the most last year.
Really?
So we restart.
That's big.
We bring back 9 starters back on offense, and I think 10 back on defense.
Really?
Returners and all the specialty guys all return. So it's a veteran football group now.
So you guys know they don't have any excuses.
No excuses. You know, even the learning curve was a lot different. You know, during the spring, also camp. You know, guys running around, know what to do. You know, last year everybody was taking, coaches was taking Advil, Tylenol because you know had a young group and they were getting used and acclimated to each other and kind of struggled defensively, offensively with you know with the I guess the information that they was trying to remember all the time, and they just struggled. But for the most part, they grew. They got better and better, and at the latter part of the year, you know, it was just so easy. They knew everything.
When does your conference play begin?
I think the conference from last year, I can go back the Central State game, our first win. Confidence really grew. But if you look at those 0-5, that 0-5 start, we actually lost all our game, 4 out of the 5 games at the last possession or last minute of the fourth quarter, or we didn't close it out. So we was actually in the ball game, losing less than 5-2, 1 point in those games.
I guess what I'm saying is this year, when does conference begin? Because as you saw last year, you can lose so many games. I know you guys care, but in the long run, it didn't matter. So is that kind of the mentality this year? You want to get better until you hit that conference schedule when it really matters?
Oh yeah, you know, last year we kind of played around a little bit, but you know, but now we came out the gate, you know, played the Fort Valley, which is our conference opponent, but it was a non-conference game. Morehouse, conference opponent, but it's a non-conference game. So it can be in either one of those teams that we can possibly meet in the championship game in 2019. So, you know, our confidence in just in our conference, you know, it's a tough conference. Our kids know the magnitude of how tough this conference is, but we just got to take it one game at a time.
What year is this for you?
This is my 9th season.
Okay, I thought you were right around 10 years. Have you seen the kind of support, whether it be alumni or anybody, that you've gotten in the last 9 months because of the success?
Well, you know, I think we got an awesome fan base, alumni, you know, student, faculty and staff. You know, everybody is behind our student athletes. It's not just football, but our student athletes, period, and our students. But, you know, our fan base, they travel. We're always in the top when it comes to attendance in Division II. So our fan, they travel. Even when Fort Valley game last week, our fan traveled. So they're behind our team. They've always been behind our teams and behind our team. So for me, I just always thankful for the support. But, you know, for me, I'm trying to get a team ready to play.
So now that you've been on top, what's the definition of success this year?
Well,
Change.
Always, you know, I always say, you know, the sky's the limit. You know, you can't settle for just winning a conference championship. Settle for winning a national championship. I was blessed to be a part of 3 Division II national championship, winning them as a collegiate football player. So I tell the kids, you know, guys, you got to be willing to set the bar real high. You know, not just conference. You know, NCAA playoffs, Division II championship games. So that's what our kids really seeing that. You know, seeing that goal and that can be obtained if we continue working hard.